Hi everyone, Brian from Bear Bull Traders. Here it is, Sunday, June 21st. And just going to take a look at the week that was, take a look ahead. We'll look at some stocks to watch, keep an eye on. Thought I'd start out just looking at how the balance sheet has exploded since March. You can see here we are just below 4.4 million, the Fed balance sheet, and now we're up at 7.2 billion, or yeah, million. It's just amazing, and it just shows how much money has gone into the system. I think total deposits, I was reading between Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley and some of the other banks are up $2 trillion. So $2 trillion of this has ended up in bank accounts, obviously. So a lot of it got spent, but that would make up a better part of a half of it, more than a half of it, if we went from 4.4 to 7.2 now in people's bank accounts ready to spend. So it's no wonder the market's going, continuing to go higher. Let's take a quick look at indexes overall. Friday was not a great day, gapped up, sold off, did manage a green print on the NASDAQ tech, which has been the strong one, obviously. Yeah, and the rest of the markets ended up red on the day. So let's take a quick look here at the indexes and where we are. So transports ended a little bit off on the week, not much, up and down. So it just seems like we're maybe stuck in a bit of a range here. Transports heading lower, RSI heading lower on volume. Stochastics looking like they're turning over. Transports, usually we want to see them leading the way, and they're not doing that right now, obviously. So you can see here, not much movement on the 10-year, the weekly. We have traded in a pretty tight range, and we'll be keeping an eye on that. Kind of had some big move there last couple weeks, but now we're really flattening out here. And the VIX down on the week, but well off the high of the low of the day, and I think a lot of that was attributed to Friday. We kind of had a nice bounce on Friday, came back up, and that's just demand for protection. That's not really an indication that markets are going to go lower, but it's just an indication that people who are in the market are paying up for protection against their positions. So let's take a quick look at the specific indexes. So you can see here, this was the Monday, started out quite low, and we were well off the starting level of the week. It's a big sell-off Thursday, bounce back Friday. Volume still continues to be strong. Although IWM seems to be putting in a bit of a topping pattern here, you can see this is where we're having some struggles, where we had prior support and now this gap down. And stochastics still hooking higher here, although again we're well off the high of the week. The Qs, look at the weekly here, how we did. I know we're up on the week, and yeah, look at that, another strong week for the Qs. Technology is leading the way both in growth and safety. It seems it's a safety trade and the trade you want to be in. SPY, again, sort of flattening out here. We seem to be getting into a bit of a trading range. If I was going to draw a line there, I could see sort of a pennant forming. I guess we'll just have to keep an eye on where things are going. I know there's talk of more stimulus coming, and that'll probably help push the market higher again. So that was the weekly. Let's quickly take a look at some scans. This Chima is an interesting one. It looks like it's on the verge of breaking out here. The high was $6, just under $6 back in May, and now we look like we're going to break out here. RSI hooking up. Volume on Friday looking good. Wish I'd have actually seen this on Friday. I probably would have taken it long for a overnight hold, but something we're keeping an eye on. I really don't like things buying things on a breakout, because quite often they break out and then pull back to where they broke out from. So we'll keep an eye on this one. Like I said, I like the volume on it. Chewy is one that seems to still be doing well, and it's just holding this 47.03 level, 47 level. Volume on Friday was good. Stochastics maybe hooking back up here. RSI putting in a double bottom. Kind of like Chewy, looks like it might be wanting to go higher. Let's see if yeah, we are. We're definitely into highs here. So Chewy looks interesting for continuation. Gold's been strong. I already drew this line on. You can kind of see here, this is the GDX, the miners. See kind of flatlining here. Nugget had a big day on Friday. We didn't catch any of that move, unfortunately, but Nugget moved up really strong. GDX obviously gapped up Friday, and it's on the verge of breaking out from this trend line. So GDX definitely a stock or index to keep an eye on. Genus is kind of interesting. I mean, it has been hot, and again, it's right down into a sort of an area where it gapped up from. Maybe if it holds this level, we might get another pop on it. Volume's been declining, so I'd watch for some volume to come in on Monday. I'd watch for these stochastics to hook back up before I considered a long on it. LABU is really had a nice move Thursday and follow through on Friday, even though we sold off in most of the markets from the open, and you can see volume was good. So I do like these biotechs. They just seem to be on the verge of getting ready to break out here. So we've got some levels here around 61 where we could get to. So something obviously again to keep an eye on Monday. Just like to back out, take a higher level view look. We've got the 200 moving day at 58.30. RSI hooking higher on the weekly. The LABU does look interesting. Silver, poor man's gold. Again, volume day on Friday. Could also be hooking up on the Stokes. RSI hooking up here. Silver might be an interesting place. Snap just continues to go higher, even though I keep hearing people say they wouldn't buy it here, but it just keeps, somebody's buying it. And volume was good on Friday. Yeah, I don't know if you chase it here, but maybe on a pullback to 22 again, you might get involved. It's definitely getting overbought up here, and it has gotten overbought on the RSI, so maybe a pullback if we get one on Monday. And Square made it through 100. Interesting move. It's had a nice trend up ever since the initial sell-off here. Just struggling to get through 100. A little bit overbought there on the RSI. Stochastics turning down. Everything looks strong on it. So any significant pullback, like into the 96 level, could be a decent buy. If we ever get a pullback like that. All right, well, that's it, everybody. This is my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade. Hey, I hope you had a great weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the Bear Bull Trading Room on Monday morning, 8:30, live on YouTube. Pre-market show starts, and of course, we'll be trading the market at the open, 9:30. Bye for now, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Father's Day.